back to Femboy Firearms. Today I have a shit rod, also known as the Hi-Point. This is the carbine. You've seen me do a couple of the pistols 3D printed years back, and this is their 45 caliber carbine. They make this in 9, 30. That's like a 30 pistol cartridge, and then like they go all the way up to 10. And this is their 45. I got this at a low price because you shouldn't be getting this at anything but a low price. This is the budget gun that you get on a whim because you have money to burn or whatever. I haven't actually shot it. I've had it for a hot minute now, and I've never taken it to the range. So some basics to go over. It's got this like springy butt pad. I don't know how well it works for dissipating recoil, but it is a straight blowback 45 carbine. This is sort of like the Sub 2000 by Keltec, but it doesn't fold up. It is just a block of material with a pistol grip, but extended out to be legally a rifle. The original Hi-Point carbine was a product of the 90s assault weapons ban, federally, and its features kind of like go into that, but nowadays a lot of assault weapons bans don't allow this thing, so they've started to expand, such as having this threaded barrel so that you can put on flash hiders and stuff. And it's not super fancy. It only takes 7 rounds in the magazine by default. They do make extended mags, but they are weird looking banana monstrosities. And I think I've yapped enough, so let me pull out my singular mag that they gave me. And I've loaded it up with 45. Something to note is that the safety on this is just like a flip, like a sheet metal, kind of like on the pistol. So hopefully, I have my safety equipment on, hopefully this doesn't explode. And it does have last round hold open, which is good. But yeah, luckily it didn't jam. Some people, their units have been kind of shit boxes and jam up super early on to shooting. This went through that pretty well, and that wasn't too hard on the shoulder, considering it is like straight blowback, and straight blowback 45 can be a bit of a doozy. I've heard it compared to like the UMP, for example, which uses straight blowback, is compared to like AK recoil. So this was pretty alright, probably because of the spring here. And it didn't jam up, at least on that first mag. However, I only have 1 mag, so I will be back when I've loaded another. So I have another 7 loaded up, and let's try this out from over my shoulder. My goggles are a little weird. That's 7. So as you can kind of tell, 7 is not exactly a high amount for any real circumstance. Like if you're like seriously in a gunfight with this thing, you might be up shit creek without a paddle. And I would say you should probably invest in, if this is your only $300 or so, I would think you would be better off trying to buy like a PSA Glock knockoff or something. Assuming you are old enough to buy a pistol. I don't know if when you're watching this video, the 21 to buy a pistol is still a requirement yet. So, if you have better options and don't already own it, you should probably put off on buying this thing. This is like a, I want to buy something dumb and have fun for $300. If you don't have a save yourself, go get something like a Glock clone or something actually useful. But this is fine to use as like a range toy. So I'd say you're best off like buying something else if you don't have a real gun to use in a self-defense scenario, because these 7 shots will run out pretty quick if you're actually trying to like fight someone off. and you're like maybe like behind cover or they're behind cover, you have to put shots off that might not hit. 7 is not a lot for that kind of scenario, and these mags aren't the easiest thing to find, especially for a weird caliber like 45. Now, a 9, a little bit easier to find, but if you're getting a 9 for $300 and you're whatever age the pistol purchasing age is by the time you're watching this, you should be buying like a PSA Glock for $300 or whatever. Or better yet, you could get their 5.7 pistol, which has like a 20 round magazine. That's a lot of rounds that can help you significantly in a situation where it counts. Meanwhile, this 7 rounds is because it's an antiquated range toy, pretty much. Now, it's fun to use as a range toy, but I must emphasize this should not be like your, oh gee whiz, someone broke into my house in the middle of the night, and I'm in danger. I must grab my Hi-Point Carbine. You should be buying something significant. And as far as a range toy, this is pretty solid for $300. Now, if I had $1,000, would I buy 3 of these or 1 like regular PCC? Probably 1 regular PCC. But if you only have $300 and already have like a solid defense weapon, this is fine to buy as a range toy. And if you are interested, there is like a bullpup kit for these, although they will double the price of this gun. I believe it is Hightower Armory or something like that. I'll put that on the screen now. Anyway, so, yep, it's not a bad gun, and it didn't explode in my face, so that's better than I was kind of expecting. Now, the one issue is that these mags are a pain to find as far as I can when it comes to local gun stores. You might be able to find them online. However, trying to like source these in a real, like I will use this in like a serious capacity sense, it's not just going to be difficult, but it's going to be stupid. Like they're going to be making ARs for an extra $200 over the MSRP of this thing, so like $500. The AR is going to be much better to justify if you are intent on supporting this company. And it's just, this is like a fun gun. You don't need a lot of mags for this. Like it would be like nice to like have like a collection of mags so you don't have to like load up every time. However, your money should best be spent on important things. And this is not exactly an important thing. This is a hee I got this because it's stupid sort of thing. And there's only so much money you can put into something that's like hee it's so stupid. So it's fun for what it is, but it's not a lot. So enjoy what it is, enjoy what it, let me repeat that. Enjoy what it is, but be aware of what it isn't. Don't try to defend yourself with this thing, but if you want to mess around at a range, I have no problem with that. This thing, pretty okay for a 45 straight blowback. But if you want to defend your house with a 45 carbine, go get like, I don't know, like a 45 AR. That's a much better option. That's not going to break the bank. Similar idea. But anyway, that's a lot of yapping from me. I think I'll get some more shots of shooting now. Okay, so last mag we're going to do today. Another 7 rounds. I didn't want to starve you guys. I know this thing doesn't shoot a lot. But while we're at it, one last thing to note. This does actually have the whole like lock it in manually thing where I just like pull out and it's ready to go. So, getting the prime American redneck experience in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And we're empty again. So, all in all, fun to be had, but I better not catch any of you trying to defend your homes with this. But that's all for today. I'd like to thank everyone for coming in this fine afternoon, and I hope to see you all again soon in the future. Thank you, everybody. Have fun.